Yeah. It's always that awkward moment where it's like you're live and then you're like,
Oh,
hey, and you're like,
we're live.
hi everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for joining Avana and I. And Avana, thank you for joining me again as a guest on my channel. Always love
Thank you.
having you on. Want to say hi to people that were like, as always, Teresa Levine, like the first one in the chat usually. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for being here. We have Gertrude. Hello, Gertrude.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Gertrude.
And we have Kristen Louise. Thank you. Yeah, it was time for a change. I had it lopped off. I'm thinking about maybe going shorter, but right now I'm just gonna, leave as is because I can still put it behind my ears. So, but yeah, it was just getting too warm with all in, I come from an Italian, 25% Italian, according to ancestry, and so our hair is always so thick. It always has been. So it's just like, oh my God, get that heat, get that everything off my neck. I can handle it for just so long. So,
Well, it looks, you have a very cute haircut and the color. I love it. I saw it the other day.
well,
Like,
I did the color myself, but I'm going to have to do it over because I missed a few spots in the back. So good thing you can't really see it up front, like, the back. My friend Amanda was like, whoa, sweetheart, what did you do? And I'm like, oh, is it that bad? No, but I can, I'm just like,
yeah, okay.
anyway.
I color my hair, but I have never colored my hair. I mean, I am like terrible with that kind of stuff. Even like painting, like I painted my walls once. I think I had more paint on my dog than I had on the wall. Those kind of things, I just don't have patience.
But that's
for.
the fun part about painting, getting paint on everything else besides. That's why I don't think I really have a piece of clothing. Well, I've been trying to be very careful that doesn't have somewhere on it, a stain of paint or stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I know the feeling.
So, just hi, really quick. Hi, Gina. Thank you for dropping in.
Hi, Gina.
And Tracy Ralph.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello, and Linda Sandoval. Hello, thank you. Oh wow, all these. See, I always like get all giddy and smiley when I see all my familiar faces popping up.
I know, it's
they
so
make
nice.
me so happy to see them popping in. Let me adjust my fan here because I am premental, so it's like constantly day in and day out. That's up a couple notches higher than usual. So, but I digress. How are you, Avana?
I am good. And in anticipation of tonight's show, I decided to do a little research on this Pisces full moon. And one thing that I came across, and I'm not going to, steal your thunder. If you did research, you could certainly take over and,
My research, sweetheart. See this tiny little paragraph? That's my research. Because I don't, when it comes to astrology and they start saying, well, this is retrograde and this is the north, I'm just like, I glaze right over. It's just that my brain completely shuts down. So whatever you have to share is probably a lot more interesting than what I have there. So,
well, then I will share it. And this, though, I will say that this is why I have been so frazzled the last few days. I realized because I took a look. It's the Pisces full moon for September 10th, which is tonight. I think it moves in around 3 a.m. or something, but it's tonight, and it is representing. It says a lot of energy. This Pisces full moon is bringing a lot of energy. We currently, Mercury retrograde just went retrograde, and we now have 6 planets that are retrograde at the moment. The only 2 that are moving normally forward is Venus and Mars. So
wow, that's unusual. The 2,
Yes. What Venus, I believe, is like love and, how you look and just,
And Mars is the
planet of war, I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like men are from women. You have men are from Venus. See, retrograde communication. Here we go. This is gonna be fun tonight. Continue.
Discuss. So yeah. So well, so anyway, so we have this Venus Mars thing going on, and everything else is slowing down, pulling back, stopping. So okay. So now we're talking about. Oh, thank you, Tracy. So 12th house energy is Pisces. It's the Pisces full moon. Pisces is the last astrological sign of the year before we move back into Aries and start things new. And it represents completion. And Pisces also represents fantasy, intuition, all those like woo-woo things, right? Like you just can't get your arms wrapped around it. But it's fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
it's your dreams, your wishes, things that aren't solid, which I kind of remember it that way because Pisces is the water. I think it's the two fish, and the water, and the
Mm-hmm.
water just flows around
Yeah.
everything. That's it.
That's my Shan's sun sign, and Pisces is my moon sign.
Okay, well then there you go.
So
Then you
this is
probably know
very
much more about it than I do. No.
no, I just whenever I see like Brenda Tarot does really great astrological reads, and what I learn about, those signs, I'll watch and listen to her. I'm like, okay, makes sense, and then that's it. Otherwise, you know, I mean,
well,
astrology is so
well,
involved. I mean, it's
well, right. And with
incredible.
me in astrology, I don't know if you can. I wish I had a graphic, but I don't. We're in the wireless age, right? But with me in astrology, it's not wireless; it's wire mess. Okay, it's just like wires go.
I like that. Wireless? No, wire mess. Wired hot mess. That would be me. You got to insert the hot.
So I'm like, what? But I'm trying to keep it easy for myself, and hopefully
Mhm.
everybody will understand it. So it's a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Pisces, water, a lot of emotion. It's,
Intuition.
yeah, intuition, feelings, of course, your emotions and things like that. And then it's also a sense of completion because Pisces is at the end of the astrological charts or whatever. Um, your dreams, your desires, your wishes now have a chance to come into reality as we move forward over like the next month, okay? Which is why we're kind of ending this one phase, moving into this new phase. And we had these things that are like these dreams or these wishes that we could not. Oh, what's that say? A lot of emotion. Yes, heart space with
That's
organized.
exactly what
Yes.
this says here. Inner psychic vibes are being activated. So, yep,
Oh my
you're on
gosh,
it.
that's exactly
You're
what
right
it
on
is.
point.
Yes. So things maybe that you couldn't manifest in the past because they were your dreams. They were just a little bit they just weren't ready to become solid. It sounds like they're coming into focus now. So now you have to realize that we had the barriers. Now it's time for a redo. And because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, when those dreams come forward now, I got Lizzie. When those dreams come forward, we have to ask ourselves too, do we want them now? We dreamt about them.
Mm-hmm.
We wished for them. They weren't really ready to manifest.
That makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
Because the last couple nights, 2 or 3 nights, my dreams, I've been able to recall, and some of them have been like, whoa. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad this is resonating because
Mm-hmm.
so as this energy is moving, it's now again. Yeah, yes, that's Pisces. Yes, Nancy, absolutely.
Hi, Nancy.
It's ruled by Neptune. When it comes forward, do you still want it? So now we have to sit down and think, okay, this dream's come forward. Do I want it? But it is time for a harvest. This is the harvest. This is not only the Pisces full moon, it's the harvest full moon, which
Mm-hmm.
I read on it. And it said that the reason it's the harvest full moon is there are this full moon in September gives a few nights of really bright light, which allowed the farmers to work at night or into the evening hours and to be able to see because it was a bright full moon. And sometimes it hits now, sometimes it can hit as late as in October, but it gave a couple of extra nights of bright light that the farmers were able to do their harvesting. So they were, so it became a harvest full moon. So again, now we've gotten to a point is you can have it, you can have your dream, you can have your wish, but do you want it? And then if you want it, you have to start manifesting.
Well, there's one dream that Shannon and I both have that have not manifested yet, and it would be very nice, and it's at that Powerball. Now that's a dream. Are you ready for it?
You got to play. You can't win.
Oh,
you don't play.
He plays all the time. Yep.
Okay. Well,
you can get one number right. And I told
Heather,
him you need all the numbers right to win.
Don't forget me.
No, I've been making a list, whether it's Powerball or something else comes along where, I've had dreams over the year, a couple of them where I've had people, I've dreamt myself having somebody representing me with my art, and I see them going through. And I actually had a dream about 5 or 6 months ago that I was watching this guy going through my artwork, showing them to this other male individual, and
Yeah.
he's going, yeah, okay, okay, and then the other guy going, well, she has this too, and he's like, okay, okay, and when they were done, the guy came over to me with a check, and it said $150,000.
See, it's nice.
That was like 5 6 months ago, and I'm like,
It might be, you know.
I woke up from that dream, and let me tell you, I almost kind of wanted to cry. I was like, where's the check?
Yeah.
So yes,
There are dreams that you wake up from that you're like, oh, thank God that was a dream. And then there's other ones where you're like, okay, wait, what? That didn't
but
just
I know
happen. Why not?
Scott says that one of the really great ways of manifesting, and I've been doing this religiously every day, is setting an intention, going through and stating clearly what it is that you want. And I have been, mentally going through and writing out a check in my mind to, like, key bank, car loan, $12,000, and stamped on it, paid in full. And I
Yep.
see myself smiling, handing that check to the guy at the desk, and then
Yes.
me running out, discover how much I owe to them. Amazon there, and going into Walmart and paying off my card, and just going, it's done,
Yes,
and
you
I
you
just keep
feel that
visualizing
emotion.
that.
Yeah, you
Yep.
see it and you feel it and you live it. You're like manifesting it, and because you're all this is moving energy. You
Thank
know.
you, Tracy. Yeah, I've got a lot of it behind me. I've been unboxing a lot of it too lately. So, but yes, I'm just waiting. And Kala Lizzie wanted to add something too, really quick. Yes,
Yes.
especially with my fella being Pisces sun and me being a Pisces moon. Um, we tend to, it what brings us together, but it also, me not trying to put my emotions into what he's feeling, and vice versa, totally behind that. And
Kristen, I can respect that.
I've just been trying to cut on the sugar,
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard though. I mean, it's
hmm
hard.
Well, I was diagnosed with uh, lupus markers over the summer, on top of my fibromyalgia and other things already. So it's just like, oh, good Lord. I mean, I still treat myself, but I've really had to cut down and watch what I eat. And I've lost about 10 pounds. So
Oh, awesome. Well, you're going in the
I'm
right
at a
direction. That's all
plateau.
you can do. Just
But
do
when it
your
comes
best.
to cereal, I cannot eat boxed cereal anymore because there's so much sugar in it.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
like plain Cheerios and stuff, I can still taste all the sugar. It's too sweet for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is really
So,
awesome. That's an awesome place to be with
except for
that.
the ice cream, I did have a little hot fudge sundae yesterday, but I
I was going
digress.
to say, you got to have the ice cream.
Yes. So,
Okay,
was
so
there
then,
anything else? I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, that's okay. So then I also looked at the date, which is 9/9, which is 99, right? September 9th.
Yep.
That's today. Even though
And
the
nines are, powerful numbers because it's in the threes, 3, 6, and 9. So yeah.
you're right. I didn't even realize. I mean, I realized that, but you're right, and it's even like a very strong spiritual number. So let's see what we got here. If you see, okay, number 9 is of course associated with endings and moving
Mhm.
on, starting back at 0.
And in the tarot, it's almost completion too,
Yes.
9 of cups, over,
Yes.
feeling happiness, well, 9 of swords, not so happy, but it's kind of like a transformative number. You're almost through that cycle. So
Yeah,
if it's a difficult cycle, you're almost to the end.
and that's what I
Emotional, you're about there to experience, financial. So yeah, that too.
yeah, so that's what I thought. I thought, well, even though the moon's really tomorrow or not tonight, September 10th. Yeah, it is a 9 portal. Yep. And so anyway, so I was looking at it, it says so something is being closed while something else is being which may be opened, and a new phase of your life will begin soon. And of course, it says you don't have to worry about it because it will be good for you. Well, who knows, right?
I welcome it. Well,
Absolutely, you have to welcome
the
it because
universe
you
might
know
be
what?
like, "Oh, this is great for you," and we're like, "My life's falling apart." I know, but isn't it great? No.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's all good, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard to think some things are good.
It's not happening. I sometimes that one saying it irks me. It's not happening to you; it's happening for you. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like those
yeah,
nails down
yeah.
the tuck.
I mean, it's all a learning experience. I get it, but can we make it a little easier? You know.
Yes.
So it says some of the other meanings are of the 9-9 are wisdom, intelligence, and leadership. So if you see the number 99, which is today, 99, 9, September 9th, it means that it's time to use your intelligence and your wisdom in many situations. So I think that, oh, and it also says you should believe more in your abilities and your talents because it will
Oh
help
yeah.
you to reach your goals more easily.
Yep. That's what I'm working towards.
That's what
But
I am too. Isn't that funny?
they've
It's like,
gotten very, yeah. Yeah. I was talking to Scott earlier today, and I had this dream like
no,
three
wait a minute.
days
When you
ago.
say Scott, which Scott are
Oh,
who?
Scott Allen,
Okay,
Spiritual
got it. Yeah,
Essence.
okay. That's who I was thinking, and
I
then I
keep
thought
forgetting
maybe
there's
it's someone
Scott
else.
Scorpio and then there's
Right.
Scott Allen. So, but I had this dream, the other night that I was like looking up in the sky. There were other people with me. I couldn't see who they were, but this silvery, this bluish white silvery, like form,
Yeah,
like cord came
yeah.
towards me. And I took my index finger and I reached up and I touched the very tip of it, and when I did that, lightning came through it and into me. And I didn't get hurt or anything, but the person next to me thought I was and screamed. And that was the end of the dream.
Wow, that's a
But that was
beautiful
pretty darn
dream.
cool. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say it really sounds like you were touched by spirit and the angels and heaven and
touched by
you know,
something.
yeah,
Definitely. And it wasn't a negative feeling. I didn't
right.
feel any pain. I really didn't feel like warmth or anything, but I just remember that connection and seeing that electricity coming down in and kind of expecting, uh-oh, but otherwise, no. The person next to me, I could hear a woman going, ah, you know, and it was like 3 seconds, and it was the coolest dream I've had in so long. And it was just like 3 seconds and it was over.
Yeah, that is like an awesome
So,
dream. And I'm not really, a dream person as far as like to interpret it, but boy, does that sounds really, really cool.
hmm and it's
But
also
that's,
taking care of physical healing too.
mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
And Kristen is right. I am so always so like yes to other readers and people, you can do it. You're getting, but then when it comes to us, we're harder on ourselves. So we have to kind of cut ourselves some slack too.
Oh, totally. I agree, Kristen. I absolutely agree with you and Heather. Yeah, it's hard to believe in myself lately. You know what I mean?
Hi, Teresa TK.
Hi.
Hugs when I see her. Hugs. She's the hugger.
Awesome.
Oh, I like this advice from Tracy. Go with your strongest skill that speaks authenticity to you.
Oh,
So
that's
whether it's cards, it's mediumship, both, or pendulum, or whatever it is. Yep.
yeah. I totally agree.
That's why I changed my name. I took out the tarot and the oracle out of there and just put intuitive arts because, first and foremost, I'm an artist, aside from everything else. And for me, my art's always been intuitive. And so has
Yeah.
my poetry writing and anything else that I do. Has been intuitive with crystal healing, with my Reiki, and now with the cards. So I want to, not eliminate, but I want to incorporate and encompass. So that's part of the reason too that the tarot and the oracle are out of there, and I just left intuitive,
Yeah.
so that
So
I can bring everything into the fold and not exclude, because art is such a big part of me. So I want to
yeah,
make
and you know
sure
what?
that it was inclusive.
And that's odd. That's not odd. It's really a good name for you because you're right about the art, but then there's the intuitive arts, which, like you said, encompasses.
Everything. Hmm.
Everything, like you said, the cards and crystals. I mean, whatever the whole list is, it's like it's not just one thing.
Yeah.
But now you have to tell me, how did you get Indigo Jaguar? How did you come up with that?
The jaguar actually was a power animal that came to me when I was living in Arizona,
Oh, sweet.
and I really didn't at that time. I wasn't didn't do any of the reading or anything or have. I mean, YouTube was just this is 2006, 2007, 8.
Oh,
Between then, so YouTube was in infancy. There was no like about doing even with social media. I mean, even Facebook didn't quite exist yet. So
oh my gosh,
um,
that's amazing.
it was just something that appeared to me in a meditation, and I felt her stay with me and have a name for her. And so, as the year, the summer came upon, and like I was saying, some troubles with the name pronunciation, with Chrysalis. That was funny. That always brought. It was never offensive though. It was always
Right.
funny. It would make me laugh. But I knew as summer was coming in that there's that shift, that change, in what
Yeah.
and I just popped in there that one day, and I'm like, well, are we ready for you? Because the Jaguars are about stepping into your power. They connect with both worlds because whether it's a a Black Panther Jaguar, they're usually listed with you know um, the meanings, the spiritual meanings are usually
Hmm.
connected to the both of them, especially with the leopards too. But the jaguars are hunt both during the day and night, so they are considered an animal that connects with both worlds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The night and dark. And with the leadership, I'm like, well, I don't know. I've had a kind of a rough summer with that, but it was just like I had to stop doubting that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I, learned lessons learned, things I went through, and I'm like, no, I think it's about time, and I'm still getting, but it feels right,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it was just the right timing to do it,
Yeah. That's awesome.
most definitely.
So how about the indigo?
Oh, that name has always I've always been fascinated with the word indigo. I know it's being an artist with colors, but that word connected with me in my 20s, my mid to late 20s, when I started learning about alternative spiritualities, and I was taking classes on Wicca and paganism and learning about Native American spirituality and all the other different things that were outside of my Catholic upbringing. And for some reason that word has always been there, that has
Yeah.
always so strongly resonated, and it's quite possible that I am an indigo. I
Oh
know when you
yeah.
look back in time, um, I was born in '70, so I think the indigos were supposed to come after or they were before, but for some reason that word, that name has always resonated with me, whether it's I'm an indigo or not. It's just been a very strong, powerful,
Yeah.
connection that
Yeah.
resonated with me. I would feel naked if I went without it now. Now that
Isn't
I've
that
been
funny? Yeah.
reading and everything, so that had to stay.
Yeah.
That had to stay. So,
Absolutely.
so yeah, it took a while piecing different words together, playing with different like what feels right to me,
Yeah.
what resonates with me without having to worry about what others' opinions in the community might be. Those that I mean, there was just a lot of things that a lot of changes for myself in my channel and with connections and with other spiritual connections,
Yeah.
since spring that, blossomed last year, but unfortunately, you know, died during this year, but yet still taking that from what I've learned and still appreciating those people in my life and the lessons they taught me and moving forward. Um, those that was the name that fit. That was the
Yeah.
one that really resonated.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's okay, Linda. I hope your foot's feeling better. I hope you're doing better.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure,
Yep.
I acknowledged because I know she's been hurting for a while. And I
Aw.
saw Ellen jumped in. Hello, Ellen. Thank you for joining us. And yes, we will get to questions. If any, whoop, where did I do here? Okay. Whew. Sometimes I'll
We're
hit a
still
button
here.
and I'm like, are you still here?
We're still here.
So when we are done learning about what the Pisces and the full moon represents, Avana and I will, if anybody would like a card reading for this, full moon, if you would like one, let us know, and we'll continue on, from there.
Well,
It's
that's
seven.
about all I
Okay.
have with all this interesting knowledge that I was reading about today. But I did find that it really resonated with how I'm feeling like the last
Mm-hmm.
week, where I've just been totally frazzled. I'm in this direction, that direction,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
You're
And
not
then when
alone,
I
sister. You're not alone.
yeah, thank you, because I'm like, I thought I had it together. What happened?
If we were like to say, if we were perfect, we wouldn't be here. But I still like to have a certain amount of put together.
Yeah,
More put together, a little hot mess.
yeah,
A little
yeah.
hot mess.
I agree. A little hot mess, I get it, but come on now. Lately, it's just
Mm-hmm.
been crazy this last week. But then when I read this, it all became clear, and I'm like, okay. And it sounds like moving forward, we can manifest more. But it does sound like, and I don't know why, and I don't know where I read it, but it does sound like the next month or two are going to be a little bit difficult while we go
Mm-hmm.
through and kind of clean up all this old energy and really
Yeah.
start to move forward. I mean, it's not something that's going to. Yes, exactly. Mercury retrograde. I'm a Virgo, and it often doesn't affect me, but when it does, it really, really does. You know what I mean? Like once or twice a year. Well, I think, what does it go retrograde? Maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I don't know. I don't
I
know how
don't
many
know. All I
times.
know is that when it does, people are like,
Oh,
watch out for communication.
yes.
Watch,
Don't
your
sign any
electronics.
contracts.
Don't accidentally send a text that was meant for one person to another, and
Yeah, yeah.
don't hit this button. Don't hit the red button. Why? What does the red button do? And then where'd everybody go?
That's exactly, and it often doesn't bother me, but when it does, like I say, it really is bothering me. This particular
Hi,
move. But
Dina.
anyway, it's good because we're all going to start moving forward, and that's a good thing too.
Yes. And Dina popped in, so shout out to Dina. I keep
Yeah.
wanting to call her Shadow Woman instead of
Yeah.
Shaw Woman.
Is it Shaw Woman?
It's Shaw Woman.
That's a great name actually, instead of shaman.
There we go. Yep. Wait a minute, is it Mercury retrograde?
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we said hello to everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
So anything going on with your channel?
Well, of course, I forgot to bring my list, but I will be on a couple of different shows next week. Let me think. Oh, Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I believe it's next Tuesday. I'm going to be on with Jay, Herc 213.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then
Little
Wednesday.
bro.
Yeah, right. And then Wednesday, I'm going to be on with Maya and Deanne. Deanne Maiden Tarot, and I'm sorry, no.
Deanne Shield Maiden.
Yes, Deanne Shield Maiden Tarot and Maya Black Cat Tarot, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember now. There was somebody for Thursday, and I can't remember who it was. Wait, it was Katie Moonchild. Katie.
So you have a busy week next week.
I'm like on 3 different shows next week. I can't believe it. I'm like, okay, let's do it, right?
And I also noticed you're doing your daily pick from the 3 cards.
Yes.
Well, and I know you said you were enjoying that.
Yes, I'm doing my shorts with that, and I've also just started channeling Archangel Metatron, and I'm doing like a 1-minute short. I put my first one out yesterday. I was channeling, and I got an image. Thank you. I am busy. But it's all good.
Yes.
But a little frazzled. But I've been getting, when I meditate, I every now and then I'll ask Archangel Metatron for, some direction and things, and I'm going to start posting those maybe once a week or whenever I get something that's relevant to the collective, just kind of posting.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I really like that. That one I really like, but I don't always get messages, so I can't always like rely on that's just going to happen. It's not like pulling cards for me, or I can just do that. That I have to meditate and
Yep.
see what I get.
Yeah, I know. Ron is his protector is Metatron.
Really?
Yeah, that's the energy he feels that he called upon for protection during that bad storm over the summer or in the spring, and when he saw that light,
Yeah.
he tells the story regularly, and it's like no matter how many times I hear him tell it, I still get the shivers when
Oh, I'm gonna
his
have to
wife
have him
sees that
tell me that
beautiful.
story.
Oh yes,
I haven't
so
heard
I'll
that
save
one.
that for you. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Save that one. I'll have to ask him about it too, because I really, I never really heard about Metatron. A couple years ago, I heard about him, and he just really resonates with
Hmm.
me. And then in the last couple like months, there's just been a lot of synchronicities with things, and I'm like, wow. So I've been really calling on him too to raise my vibration and move forward. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I
Yeah,
really
I
don't
remember
feel close to him.
some people say Metatron and Archangel Michael are the same, but I feel they're two very different energies.
Yeah, I believe they are too, actually. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, Metatron was human, they believe, at one time,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he was.
So now I'll learn about Metatron through you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for a minute. I
You
mean, I
heard
don't
it
have too
first
much.
here, people.
Yeah. No, you're not learning it first, believe me. Many people know this.
Well, when you start to channel him and you feel comfortable with his energy or her, I mean, some people say you're really not, but I feel more for me, it's a masculine
I
energy, and
do
my
too with Metatron, but it doesn't
um,
matter ultimately. But yes.
and yet when you do your channeling, any messages that will come forward, we'll hear it from you, and it'll be for us. So
That's what my hope is.
it's
Yeah.
that special, where you hear it here first or not. When I mean like first, it's not like
I'm
you're
teasing.
you know
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I'm
Yeah.
just teasing. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel very close to him, at least right now. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Yeah, it's only like they're shorts. They're only like a minute
Oh,
long. I kind of went into the shorts avenue because you get the message out and you are able to, it doesn't take a lot of time to edit. There's really no editing. They just go right
okay.
out.
Now, isn't Metatron associated with the Merkaba? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, that I do
Yes.
remember and learned. Okay,
Yes.
with the Merkaba energy geometric. I have a hard time kind of getting into the geometrics, but
Me
I do
too.
believe I've heard the Merkaba has been associated with his energy and his
It
frequency.
absolutely has, or it absolutely is. And he sits next to source and he transcribes. He's like the scribe. He, you know, writes down everything, past, present, future, of all things with energy, which has led me into the Akashic records,
I was just
which
going to say, it
he
sounds
is
like
the
he might be in
scribe of the
charge of it.
Akashic. He's
There you
one of the
go.
scribes, but he's like the, yeah.
I didn't have to ask. It was right there on the tip of my tongue. Just wait until you're done,
Yes.
and you answered it for me. So I
So
almost thought
yes,
you're psychic or something.
you too.
How did you know?
That is funny. But anyway, so yeah, so
I
anyway,
always
so
have a good time with you. This is so much fun. We got to do this more often.
I totally agree. In fact, I'll have to have you back on my channel because I
Oh,
really haven't invited a lot of people onto my channel because I just have been busy. But I'm like, I really have
mhm.
to start. Once I get an invitation, I have to say, well, come on back, and
I
we'll
know the
schedule
same thing
something.
here. I've been like making a list. I've been watching a lot more videos lately than I do lives or participate. And I just because there's so many people now in our community,
Yes,
and I find their videos fascinating. And
yes,
so it's like, okay, so now if I want to discuss this or do readings about this, oh, who do I want on? So I've been like making a list going, oh, this person sounds really interesting,
that's a
or
really good
maybe
way to
so.
do it. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I just put a list together, but you're absolutely right. Um, yes, absolutely.
See, now that's with me. I think it was Scott Allen and Valerie for Dragonfly Crystals. Somebody was having a discussion on Enoch and whether or not Enoch was a positive force or a negative
Okay.
force. And he's a very interesting and controversial character. So it's interesting that Kristen just brought up that he might be, he's associated with becoming Metatron. So that's something I might add because I've been like writing down like, oh, what do I want to ask my cards? You know, like I said, I'll watch
Yeah.
other videos and one reader might say, well, I feel maybe this, and another reader says, well, this is also in history. Could this be related? And I start writing, you know, well, okay, what would I ask the cards? So I've been
Yeah.
doing that too. So
Oh, that's a good
that'll be
idea
something I'll
too.
definitely add to my list to ask when, you know, I want to
Yeah.
do some cards on Enoch and
Yeah.
Metatron. So
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh,
thank you
that's
for
funny
sharing,
because
Kristen.
yes, thank you. And I'm interested with that discussion with Scott Allen or whatever they were talking about. I mean, that kind of
I
sparks
think
my
so.
interest. Yeah. So, but
Because
anyway,
he's
so
been very busy too, doing his Akashic readings and
yes,
going on channels with Transcendental Tuesdays with Val from Dragonfly
yes,
Crystals. And I'll also be doing another live discussion with Colleen and Val. Colleen from the Cool Zone, I mean, the Cool Crone,
yeah, yeah.
because now we have a couple crones. You know, the crone zone. I absolutely love Priscilla. That's why I'm saying all these new people are coming in, and I'm just like, I'm subscribing to so many people. I'm not going to be able to make everything. So it's like
I
I have to
now have
kind
like
of
a
pick
list of
and
like
choose.
videos I have to watch. You know, the
Yeah.
shows I have to watch when I get done. And the best thing I've
See,
learned.
she
Oh, go
called
ahead.
it. Yep. No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, Collins called it. I was such a list. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. Exactly. And one thing I learned is in settings, you know, you could speed the video up. So
Hmm. See,
I'm like
I
1.5.
yes, write down timestamps. What are timestamps? Oh, that's cool. You know, so. Oh, so sorry, almost missed you there. Oh, no, we're still talking, Dina, about everything. I mean, I love doing
Yeah.
cards, but I also love having the discussion, sharing the ideas, you know, what's your point of view? Because some people's guides will have different, it's like with me with guide, it seems I've noticed with guides and readers with certain guides, some guides will have their what they perceive, I guess, on their dimension or in their realm of what they want to share with the person that they are channeling through or sharing
Hmm.
their message through. And so one guy might say, well, this, and then another will say, well, I think maybe this. So even the difference with guides with different information, I find fascinating too.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because the information is different doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just
Hmm.
different.
It's just
Yeah.
interpreted differently, or it's coming just,
Yeah.
and still it's coming from source, that one spot, like
Yes.
all spiritual, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
beliefs and religious backgrounds and stuff. It all comes from one, you
Yeah.
know.
And we're all
So,
connected to it.
hmm,
We're all one.
Metatron is having a Transformers.
I know. Well, that's what interested me when I first saw the name.
Hmm.
I'm like, did I read this right? This is like a transformer,
You
which
know,
I
I
don't
couldn't
even know
figure out
much
why
about
that name sounded
transformers.
familiar to me, but yeah, I remember when they came out. My nephew was,
Oh,
he's
my
been,
brother was so into them.
oh my goodness. Yeah, my little nephew had the little ones, and even their aunt looked, well, I was only maybe 10 years, older, but so,
Right.
he's young. I'm like,
Right.
oh, I want to play with this tool. This is cool. You open them up and
That's funny. Yeah. And yeah, so anyway, I don't know if anyone wants to, have us pull any cards or anything, but I was gonna explain or tell you guys how I got my name Avana.
oh, I would love to know because
If
when I saw um when we were doing the exchange with the emails, and I think before too when we've been on other panels, I'm like, who is Stephanie? I'm like, Stephanie, and then I was like, Avana.
Oh,
Oh, is that because I thought your name was
Avana.
Ivana.
It is
So I would love
Avana.
to know.
So let me tell you. So I was on. This is many many moons ago. Yes, do share. It was. My gosh, it must have been like 2 years ago. Diane Aquarius or Diane's Tarot, Diane Aquarius, whatever. I was on her site and she did a meditation on how to find your spirit guides. So I said, oh, I'm going to sit down and do that. So I laid down and I was doing the meditation and, going through the meditation, it would spell the name out of your spirit guides or one of them. So I got the spelling of Alvana. I'm like, okay, Alvana with an L, Alvana.
Mm-hmm.
And the strangest part of that meditation was I could feel my brain got pushed aside and my spirit guide said, my name is Alvana. And when you look this up on the internet later, as I know you will see that this is a Pleiadian name. I'm
Goosebumps,
like, okay.
Because that's what, okay, I'll be quiet.
So I get done and I'm like, first of all, I get out of my meditation. I'm like, well, I didn't get any name. And then I'm like, wait a minute. No, I did get a name. So I'm writing it down, right? The weirdest part though was the fact that it was in my head. And not only did it move my head over, which was fine. I mean, it didn't hurt or anything, and then it told me what to do. And then it knew I was going to look this name up on the internet. So I looked the name up on the internet on one of those baby name things. At the bottom of one of them, Avana, it says old Pleiadian name. So I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes. So then instead of Avana, I started calling, I'm going to say her. Okay. I don't know why,
mm-hmm.
but you got to pick one. So I'm picking her. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to call her Avana because Alvana sounds too much like Alvin and the Chipmunks. So how arrogant am I? I'm going to change the name. And I only said it twice in my head. I said, okay, Avana. And I heard her say, my name is Alvana. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, whatever, Avana. Again, she says, my name is Alvana. So I thought, okay, your name's Alvana. Absolutely, whatever. So I then had a reading by a psychic who said, you have a guy named Kaivana, a Pleiadian guide, a spirit guide named Kaivana. And I said, oh, I have Alvana too. She said, yeah, you do. You have Kaivana and Alvana. I said, okay. So I'm thinking well, then what is this Avana name? Okay. What is this Avana name? I'm like, that's me. Those are my spirit guide sisters, of my Pleiadian sisters, Kaivana and Alvana. And one day I was doing the tarot cards, and I came up with the 3 of Cups. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's me. That's Alvana, and then that's Kaivana. I know it is. Okay, I'm looking at this card, and I'm like, so whenever the 3 of Cups comes up for me, I get a special feeling. It's like, oh my gosh, that's
that warm fuzzy feeling.
Exactly, I really know I'm on point with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'm Avana. I'll just take that.
Now it's so interesting with the A's because it was, I think, 3 years ago or so when I started, or I had a dream or something where I had seen a very light blue skinned spirit guide or entity. And I've noticed that when I reached out to them, the names all begin with an A. I feel attracted to A names, and the name I haven't really connected with that because I couldn't really figure out the difference between Palladian, Arcturian, and then of course I was learning about the not so nice, lizard and all the others. So at one point I was like, okay, I can't, clearly or energetically feel comfortable or safe enough to bring in any extraterrestrial guides, but I was always very respectful. And I did find an image of someone's artwork online that was similar to what I had seen with her.
Oh, awesome.
And I wrote it down in one of 10,000 journals and notebooks that I have. Because I'm a journal
all
junkie.
Over.
I love getting notebooks, journals. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then you get them and they're like, wait a minute, you only wrote 5 or 6 pages in here. But I know somewhere I have it written down. But whenever I go and trying to feel out names, a lot of times I've noticed the names begin with something like an A.
Yeah.
Or something that sounds similar to. And I'm always like, why is that? And when you said Alvana with the A, and you said Palladian, and I automatically, my brain was like, remember her? And
Yeah.
it was just like, so now probably later on tonight I'll be going through and trying to go through the boxes I have unpacked and look for this journal to find if I wrote down the name.
Oh,
But
that is so
now
cool.
that I'm connecting now with learning about ETs properly from Scott and from Dr. Gale and you know everybody else, I'm starting to feel more comfortable now with learning more and opening more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. That's so
So I'll
cool.
have to find, but I know her name that I got beat somewhere was with an A because
Yeah.
it had to
I
be an
would love
A.
to know.
For
Yeah,
me, I
yeah,
don't know if it's the letter A has a certain um like it's like the A note, like how
yeah,
you have music with
yeah,
scales and with
yeah,
chakras. I know the A has a certain frequency or resonation, and I think that whatever I am spiritually with whatever my frequency is tends to resonate with names that have that type of letter to begin with or
yeah,
has a majority of letters that kind of create that same vibration as that type of A, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when I saw your name, Avana, I was just like, oh, that is so freaking cool. Another A name, So,
Um, yeah, exactly. I mean, it just really, really resonated with me, and
hi,
I'm like, oh,
Amy.
hi, Amy. How are you?
Oh, and Janet P popped in. Hello, Janet.
Hi,
Oh,
Janet.
beautiful soul. Everybody's such a beautiful soul here. I
Absolutely.
love my tribe. I really
Yes,
do.
yes.
All right.
We're
So do
probably
you
of the
want?
same collective, but go ahead.
Oh no. Did you want to do like individual and then maybe do one in the final for a collective?
Sure,
If so, if
sure.
anybody would like a mini reading on what you need to focus, that was my intention was to learn about the full moon in Pisces, and also to
No,
see if anybody wanted readings on what they needed to focus on um, during this full moon.
yeah, absolutely. Good job, Kyle Lizzie. You spelled
Yeah,
it.
it's not an easy.
No, it isn't. Well, and then while people are asking questions, so like 2 summers ago, it was at night. It was like 10 p.m. at night, but it was in the summer. It was really hot out, and I was in my pool. And whenever I laid in my pool, and I would always look like this way, and it was dark out, and I was looking at the stars, and I always looked at the stars in front of me, and I heard in my head, "Why don't you turn around?" So talking about ETs. So I thought, oh, you know what? Let me turn around and I'll look at the stars behind me, which I never really looked that way. Well, when I did that, I'm looking at the stars. It's dark out, whatever. I see like a golden light come out of the like sky, shoot across, and shoot back in. I was like, "Oh, how cool
Wow.
is that?"
Yep.
And then just this past May, a couple months ago, I was getting ready to let my dogs outside. It was nighttime again. And in my head, I heard, "Do you want to see an ET, like a spaceship, like ET?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" They're like, "Well, look outside." So I said, "Okay." Oh, yeah, right. So I let my dogs out and I looked
Hmm.
straight ahead and I'm like, "Well, that's just a plane." Because there was a plane. It was dark. It was nighttime. And I'm like, "Well, that's just a plane." And then I looked this way and there was like this lights flashing and zooming and circling. I'm like, "Oh my
Oh
gosh,"
wow.
right? So I actually grabbed my
Very
husband. I
cool.
said, "Oh my gosh, this is an ET. I know it is." He's like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, and we got footage of it, but we did such a terrible job. I won't even show anyone because
Well,
it's.
it's
But
it's hard. People are like, well, if there's people keep seeing these, why are the videos so messed up? And I think it has to do with maybe the energy that the
yes,
vehicles
plus
put
we're
off.
standing there
So
like, "Ah, look." I'm
it
like, "Look at
affects
it,
our
look."
electronics. So
Uh,
there's a young woman. I can't think of her name right now, but she has the ability to call uh, UFOs, but she refers to them as Ibanis. Oh, hello. You hear
oh.
me talking to somebody? And yes, everybody knows who wants to say hi. So everyone's like ahead of time, kitty alert. So, and there's these beautiful, like shimmering lights in the sky. And I think that might be what I dreamt of.
Yeah.
And so, yes, hello. He wants to say hi, everybody. Yes, there's the Monty.
So
Hi,
beautiful.
everybody.
I love those eyes.
So, she has the ability, you know, to call to them and to have
Yeah.
them, come. And the one day, when Shannon and I were at the park, I'm sitting there, and there was one section of sky I was looking at because there was absolutely no clouds or anything, nothing there. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. So I just remember closing my eyes and saying, I am open to seeing one of my ET brothers or
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
And whether it's now or later, I'm putting that intention in only those that are of the highest love and light.
Yeah.
And so I go back to doing my artwork. And at one point, I just felt like I had to look up, and that whole section of sky that had no clouds in it. Oh, excuse me.
That's okay.
So just lay down. So no one wants to see your butt. Okay. So come on. Oh,
That was funny.
oh, there goes the lip. Thank you. So if you see a little blood, people, he just caught my lip.
Oh.
I looked up, and there was a small cloud in the shape of a UFO.
This is what I'm
like
talking
a
about. Yes. Yes.
and I'm looking up at it going, are you kidding me? And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. And as soon as out of nowhere that it had appeared, it just slowly vanished. It
Yeah.
didn't separate or anything into other
Yeah.
clouds. It just completely just went into thin air.
Yeah. And you know what? They present themselves how they know you won't be scared.
Hi, Heather. Superstar Priestess. It's been a while. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
So, but yeah. So I'm thinking that was, and I told Scott, I'm like, it actually showed itself, not an actual UFO,
Yeah.
but maybe,
But you knew what it was.
but the shape was right there.
Yeah.
So
Come
I
on.
could easily recognize it.
Yeah.
So I am, I need mod status. Okay, dear. So if anybody would like a reading on what they need to focus on for the full moon, oh, I am bleeding a little bit. Please put me, or if I don't know, how do you feel, Avana? Do we want not a specific question, but let's just keep it open to see what spirit has to say for the full moon? What do you think?
I am happy with whatever. If somebody wants something special, I'm happy to do whatever.
All right. So if anybody has any questions on what they want to focus on for the full moon, that's going to start tonight and go into tomorrow, go ahead and please. Oh, all right. Shaw woman.
All right.
And I'll let you go first while I make Heather a mod.
Okay.
Oh, Mozzie. Oh, I accidentally hit Janet. Well, Janet, you're a mod. Won't I do what Lisa does and just go through and go, meow? And
Just to get them all.
There we go.
Well, Shaw woman, the card that I got, it is the Moonology deck, and it is North Node, New Beginning, Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. So that's the card I got for you. And it just sounds like it's the time to do that. The energy is ready, and there you go. North Node, step out of your comfort zone.
Sorry about that, y'all. Had to get the kitty,
I have 4 rescued cats and 2 rescued dogs, so I know exactly how it goes.
Oh, here we go. Boundaries. So make sure during this full moon you focus on creating boundaries that are healthy for you, Dina. Whether it's hold on a second. I'm hearing physical, but also with the physical, don't forget the other. I want to use the word levels, but it's like the other layers, not levels, but layers, your mental boundaries of what you will and will not accept, what people say to you and what you will say to yourself. Emotional, keeping that, you're empathic. So making sure that you keep a healthy boundary, energy protection around you so that you can continue to be kind and compassionate and understanding to what other people are feeling, but at the same time being able to not have that energy affect you. Um, See, physical, spiritual. Of course, spiritual practice of boundaries, as always, asking your guides to keep you um, safe and protected, being grounded as well. So I covered the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. So just making sure that you have all those healthy boundaries um, created, reinforced, but with a touch of love and self compassion.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
And
one
you know
thing
what?
to
I
do.
did.
So
Yep. And I did want to
there's
add
a
too that
little butterfly.
go ahead. Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
just
that's
showing that little butterfly, see what they can
oh
come in
yeah.
and out. So just to make sure that all those levels of, you know, the boundaries with your energy, and just making sure that we, especially I'm feeling a lot too, not just the spiritual but the mental, because what we create in our mind or speak, words have power, and so that works, in tandem with everything else. So just to make sure that everything that you are doing is coming from us a healthy place of boundary, of self-love and kindness and compassion for yourself first and foremost.
Yeah. And I did want to say I looked up in the oracle book for that card. It does say that you're headed for something which feels like destiny. Um,
Ooh,
Stand on your own 2 feet, and you've got this. So it's a new beginning with some boundaries, but you've got it, and you're ready to move forward. Which really just really reflects this new moon, this full moon rather. So
I need a clue. Blue's Clues, maybe. Oh, I love that one. That was sweet.
uh,
So I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, I came into Kitty Moon Bum. Okay, yes. Okay, so let me take that off. I hope that helped with you, Dina. I always love being able to. Happy full moon. Okay, here we go. Tracy. What is it that I should revisit and work on with the retrograde?
hmm. I'm gonna grab some different cards for that.
No, it's funny when you get a question and then you hear all the cards going, me, me. Hmm. Just going to start. Okay, Amy, I've got your question. Okay, Gertrude would like a question. Oh, hi, Val. Were your ears like ringing or burning, however they say it? We were all talking good things about you. Let me just go here and put Tracy's back up here. So go ahead. You're ready.
I mean, I'm trying to think about what it is that you should revisit and work on. The cards really reflect that question. Um, there's something that you're looking to make a decision on with the two of swords. Something that you're thinking about. Something that you need to work on, get to learn about some more. It's really also based on your intuition with this moon. I'm thinking that working on, I'm getting, I'm getting though, increasing your skills, your intuitive skills is really what is coming through for me. But you'll decide really what it is that is in your interest, as far as whether you're looking at different intuitive arts or whatever, but really strengthening your intuitive skills. So that will be part of your intuition that helps guide you as to what you really want to focus on. You've actually been holding yourself back a little bit. Um, she can pull these these binders or this stuff off and go to the castle up here. The castle is her enlightenment. As you can see, the flood has already happened. Everything's already happened. So it seems like you are holding yourself back a little bit, but you're going to move forward shortly and come riding in as the leader with the Six of Wands. I mean, this is, winning the battle and winning the war, and the community will be behind you. So whatever you're going to be focusing on, and I do believe it's strengthening those intuitive skills, you're really going to be a leader in the field, and come in as a leader. And a lot of people are going to respect you for that. Um, the Moonology card that I got for you is a win-win outcome is forecast. It's the full moon in Libra, but it says a win-win outcome is forecast. So as you sit back and think about, what you are going to revisit and work on, you're not going to make any mistakes in that. You're going to pick what you need to move forward with, and you're going to move forward with vim and vigor, I'm hearing. Who says that? I don't know, but you're going to move forward, and yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that, Tracy. I'll
Yeah.
get one thought and I'll be like, oh, I can do that. And yeah, and then all of a sudden yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole bunch of different, it's like a herd of kitty cats coming up. Meow, meow, no, feed me, feed me,
You
feed
can't
me.
hurt the kitty cats.
Yeah, a herd of kitty cats. Okay, so Tracy, I got two cards and they go perfect together. I got the new moon beginning. So starting from this full moon and working towards the new moon, um, there's this beautiful transformation. There's this
That's beautiful.
not initiation, but it's like a portal, new beginnings. You're going to walk, not walking through a door, but you're going to be like, you'll see it in your mind's eye, or something you'll see physically with your eyes, but you will see like a shift. There'd be like a change. I just heard kind of like a shimmer, and then all of a sudden these one of those new ideas, or I think, because I know you said you have a lot of them, but I think one of them is going to be like is going to say focus on me, and it'll make it
Yeah.
self-aware, because right now too we're heading into the winter months. Also with this card, it shows kind of like the winter here with the full
Yeah.
moon and then spring in there. So starting this retrograde, this full moon, and going towards the new moon, I think you're going to start focusing on one project specifically that you're going to work on until it kind of like manifests. I'm feeling like spring, summer. So now is the beginning, because we are going into fall, winter, where we go into hibernation. The nights are longer. We sleep a little longer. We're going to dream a little bit more. And that gives us, like with the ground underneath us, healing from the spring and the summer and that harvest, and the seeds slowly germinating. And while they're resting before the spring comes, when they start blooming. And the embrace the dark, shine your true light upon this earth. So going into the new moon, embracing the dark. So when you go in, you're going to the because I've been learning that shadow work is not bad work, because I think a lot of people, when they hear the word, you know dark moon, shadow work, or darkness, automatically, because it's not light, it's going to be negative or dark in nature. But it's more of a time for us to go within and to really tap into what it is that we want to birth forth, because without the darkness of the womb, when we're born, there is no being born into the light when we come through. So you need that darkness, and there's that, again, embracing the dark, going into the dark winter months. And then spring, everything that you're going to be focusing on and bringing into fruition is going to be right there, and you're going to walk right through, and you're going to shine, like the card says, you're going to shine your light upon this world. So
Yes.
as we're coming out of the winter into the spring, this particular idea, this project, you're just going to walk right through that gateway there, and it's just going to shine the light, and all those lights are going, those flowers are going to blossom, all that energy is just going to just come up and greet and meet you. It's going to be beautiful. So stay
Yeah.
on that. And let's see. Okay, Kala Lizzie, which one? This one or this one? Because this one
How
here,
about both?
I'm trying to read. I don't know where the box is to this one, but I
Oh,
think it's called this like Starry Nights Oracle. But this one here is Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco.
oh, is it Story Beginnings?
Yeah, those are you. Yeah, yep, we got the same ones. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
So yes, so Tracy, I hope that
That's
helped.
it. And it's all going to become clear as you start to move forward and
Hmm.
you put your energy out there.
That's why I really, I mean, I don't like the snow, but still, it's that time where you go in, you huddle in, you got your cocoa, you watch the snow fall, you sleep a little longer, you dream a little longer. You cuddle with your pets more because it's not so hot that you can't, cuddle
Yes.
with your fur babies. And for me, that's been, excuse me, the most powerful time for me in transforming is, going through from fall through winter and into the spring. The one with the archway. Yes, Kala, that is the Stacy DeMarco, Queen of the Moon Oracle.
Oh,
And
that's
I also,
beautiful.
she's got another deck that I don't resonate with, but I do have her other one too, the Elemental. And it's not, the cards aren't holographic, it's just the front of this one. But this is a really nice one too, the Elemental. So
Nice.
I like pulling those out. So I just want to go really quick because I think somebody was keeping a list. I know we read for a Shaw woman. Now,
Mhm.
Kala Lizzie, it says myself, Heather Silverstar, and Tracy. So in the comments, can you let me know, Kala Lizzie, if I understand that right, that you would like a card for the full moon? And Heather, if you're still here, would you like one? And then I'll go to Amy's while we wait. Yep, you got this, Tracy. Woot woot. Exactly, Heather. Okay. Okay, so for this full moon, what does Amy's guides would like her to focus on? Okay, yes. Heather would like one. And Kala Lizzie. Whoops. Uh, we're reading on Amy. Sometimes I get so excited. I'm like, okay, that I forget to. Oh, okay, we are reading for Amy.
Okay, very good. I well, you know what? I'm going to pull one more card for Amy.
Oh, no, I just hit block user. Oh no.
Oh no.
Call the Lizzie. I'm sorry, hon. Let me see if I can. How do I do this? How do I unblock the poor girl? Oh, here we go.
Probably just, yeah, wherever she was.
Um, no.
She okay, yeah, unhidden.
Is
My
she
silver
unhidden?
star princess. Yeah, somebody else
Oh,
was.
okay. Thank you. Oh, sometimes the chat moves, and when I go to
Right.
hit the
You're
thing, I
right.
end up.
You're right.
Ugh. It says here she was blocked. She got it. Okay. Oh, welcome
Okay,
to my
so I have
channel.
some cards for Amy here. Um, if we're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
My first, I pulled a couple cards. The Five of Earth. It says fear surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So it just seems like maybe right now with the Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles, you're just feeling maybe not as empowered as you usually feel, and maybe not as in balance. But and then your challenge card is the Eight of Air, which would be the Eight of Swords, which is an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and afraid to take action. So, okay, you're kind of sitting there, you're feeling trapped, you're kind of, afraid to take action, afraid to make that first move. But then you get the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, a new financial beginning, a new health beginning. It says the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So it sounds like if you just, stay on the path, try to stay positive, move forward. Yes, I mean clearly the cards are showing you, with a little bit of imbalance, but it sounds like things are going to be moving forward shortly. And I pulled one Moonology card for you, which says, be bold and make the first move. So that may be a good thing to do. Start making some first moves, go out there and start, making those moves to move forward and to kind of like to cut the cord of this energy that you're currently in. Send that off with love and light and move forward. So sounds like sounds like you're going to be going in the right direction if you're not already going in the right direction very shortly. So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates.
I totally agree. First card, Amy. Here, let me just take her so that she can. There we go. I got the Peace card. Sitting in your place of power, taking a breather, relax, meditate, set your intentions, because I know what it is like to get anxious, especially lately. Like Avana and I were talking before in the back before we came on, with all of a sudden this past week, with all these planets going retrograde, a little bit of extra anxiety, a little bit of like brain on the fritz, squirrely brain. And so
Yes.
all of us are going through it. So just make sure that you just take time to sit and breathe, relax, meditate, focus calmly on what it is that you want to manifest. I also got blossoming. So know that what it is that you do want to do is going to blossom in time, as long as you stay, in that place of centeredness, of calm, and in peace. Dreams will be realized. I know you're having some struggles wondering how you're going to be able to move, how you're going to be able um, to afford England and everything else that you want to accomplish with moving to, England and with your channel. So just know that here you are. Here's the beautiful keyhole. Here is, I'm almost feeling like this night sky, this darkness is here, is kind of like keeping in your dreams. Here are your dreams, and there you are looking into the dawn and watching them coming to light. And they will do that as long as you just keep doing the attention. Here it's repeated again, creation. So making sure that you're sitting there, you're in peace, you're in quiet, you're in meditation, and you're calmly setting the intention of what it is that you want to create in your life.
Yeah.
And I like this space here too, because it makes me feel like this is like one of your spirit guides saying, or your higher self saying, okay, you've got this.
Yeah, that's a beautiful card.
Here, if you look here, it's kind of hard to see, but these are like architectural plans.
Scrolls. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's the scrolls, your architectural
Yeah.
plans, everything
Yeah.
that you're wanting to just, start writing down, being specific, choosing one at a time to set that focus on, that intention, and working towards manifesting that. And when you start to feel that anxiety or that fear of not attaining, or if it's not going fast enough, because I get it, we want to move too. But if we're not in the present, if we're not in the moment, and we're not at peace with ourselves, that energy that we're going to put out is going to be an energy of fear, of uncertainty, and that's going to make it harder for us to realize our goals and our dream. So that was that for you, for me. Look at that, perfectly, Avana. So yes, you totally resonated with that.
Thank you.
Okay, so Gertrude would like a message from her spirit guides.
Fine.
Let's see. Oh, nope, a different deck. This is like, nope, different deck. Okay. Okay. I'm all set.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm still.
Okay. So Gertrude, I picked out what called right to me was Scott's extraterrestrial oracle. So I'm using that deck, and the first card that you got was the Divine Feminine has your back, girl. Unconditional love. So when you feel that sense of love and light and protection in you and in your heart, know that that's your divine feminine. That's your what I like to call her, my mama goddess. You know, she's there with you. Your higher guides, your spirit guides, they're there. And here, next one ties right into that. Pay attention to your heart and soul. Making sure that you're listening to your body, what and making sure that it's receiving, you know, what it needs. Your emotional feelings. Making sure that um, that your what you give you know, your love and your kindness that you give to others is making sure that you're getting that back, making sure that for me this is all about balance, balancing the physical, the emotional, your spiritual, listening and paying attention close to your divine guidance. I did get a card that says that there is an entity around you that isn't for your highest good. So I'm not sure exactly what this entity or an energy, but there is something, and this is not to scare or anything, but just to know that whatever you may, if you may feel something around you that doesn't feel right, or this may be an individual in your circle, um, or in your family, or no, it's not saying circle. I'm just kind of seeing um, like a sea of figures. I can't tell faces or anything. It's just kind of like one of those, like you see like a sea of souls figures, and it's just saying that there there's just an energy that might be out in that I'm sensing in that crowd, and your guides and the divine feminine have your back. You know, they're showering you, and they're protecting you with love and light, and they're just wanting you to make sure that you know that they're there, but that there is something kind of out and about. I don't know why I say stratosphere, but and I know I'm saying a lot of buts because it's. I just want to make sure that you know that you are safe, you are protected. That you know it says to here. Let me to open your mind, making sure that you keep an open mind. Know that you are learning daily, and that we teach by experience. So whatever this energy may be, it may is everything that happens. Like we were talking about, so I hate the saying everything happens to you, you know, for you, even though it may not be good. So this too is a lesson, just knowing when to to be open. I'm trying to find here. Let me hold on a second. This is where I feel like I need to pull another card. So just bear with me just for a few seconds, Gertrude. I just want a little bit more guidance. So I feel like I'm I'm picking at, and I don't like to pick. Okay, so I'm thinking it may be something on another dimension. So if you feel like there is an energy around you that may come to you, and you can feel that fluctuation in your energy, just know that you do have that protection, and it's time to transition to a higher dimension. So by doing that, tapping into the higher dimension, calling on your spirit guides, knowing that you have the divine feminine, that unconditional love there. They're all there to support you, to protect you, and guide you to be able to keep you safe and protected, but not to be afraid. But knowing this is not to be afraid, but to be able to not overcome, because nothing's won, but just to keep your light strong, to keep your physical being strong, your emotional self strong. Just know that, have that unconditional love that's there inside of you. I know that was a little bit of a ramble. I hope that helped, Gertrude.
Okay. The
Thank
the
you for
first
letting me
card,
read for you.
yep, Gertrude, the first card I got for you was the Two of Earth, which is the Two of Pentacles. It says too much going on at once, the need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So it may be time to just have fun with whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're looking to move forward with. Consider, I think the word fun and consider a more playful approach really stands out to me. And just have fun with it. Just move forward, have fun with the direction you're going in. Your obstacle is the Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Again, out of those three sentences, it sounds like have fun and open your eyes to all the possibilities that you have before you as you move forward, because you are just out there ready to go and just loaded with possibilities. The outcome being awakening with Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. Have some fun. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. As you move forward, it's important to be yourself. And all of us, I saw a quote once, it said, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. And I'm like, that's absolutely true. Be yourself. Have fun with it. Take a look at the different perspectives. And I did pull a what's called Moonology card for you. And it's first quarter moon. It says your commitment is being tested. So very interesting as you move forward, realize that make sure you're this is what you want to be committed to, whatever you're moving forward with. It's being tested a little bit. But once you move forward, you I think you're just gonna have a really I think you're gonna have fun. I think you're gonna see things from a new perspective. And I think you are going to bring in a message for people that is really, I'm gonna say, out of this world. Kind of like that one card. Kind of like that one card you got, right? With the
I used to play
going
drums,
to a
so I had
higher
to do that.
you're transitioning to a higher level.
Yep,
No doubt
that one
about it.
card. You're transferring
Yes.
to a higher dimension.
Yeah, and that's an excellent card. So I hope that resonated with you. Yes, I love that
You're
card.
transitioning. Yep.
Yep.
And so she said the message is very clear. She said she did not succeed in cutting a cord with a certain friend, but she is protected. So she's working on that. So that's being having the awareness, and letting them know that you are aware of it. They are aware of it, and they've got your back.
Yep. Absolutely. No worries.
Okay, interesting. The reading is very accurate. I am kind of resting, waiting, and listening.
Yep.
And yes, we often confuse stopping.
That's true, Tracy. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Awesome. Oh, and did Hilda come in? Hi, Hilda. Oh, there she is. Hello, Hilda. Okay, so our next person up is Heather from Silver Star Priestess.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's see. Back to the moon cards. I have fellow reader Richie from Lawman Tarot. He's
Yeah. Yeah.
uh
I just
so
saw him the other day for
yeah,
the first
he
time.
and Gerald and Deb H and Ben were doing readings the one day.
Yes,
And
that's what I saw.
okay, and Richie told me that he's feeling I need to work more with the moon, maybe get a moon deck. And I already had this one. And I looked at the moonology and a couple of others, not quite resonating, but I thought, no, I'm going to stick as much as I can and listen to Richie. And I do feel good about using this deck tonight. So
That is awesome.
she's currently watering her plants, but she's present. Heather. Oh, this is so, oh, I can't believe this. She just said she's watering her plants.
I love that.
So the beauty, I had to just show. I'm not done yet, but that was the first
That
card
is
that came out.
awesome.
Oh, another garden. Oh wow, Heather, I love these cards. Yeah, I need to use these more often. Okay.
Okay. Oh, go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
You go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I have to pick up a card anyway.
Okay. At least it's not a 52 card pickup.
Yeah.
So Heather, we are starting again with beauty. You see life in such a beautiful way. You do your readings outside in the park, in nature when you can. When you do your readings, you have your beautiful crystals. I actually, too, while I'm thinking of it, will share this with everybody. Heather had sent me a beautiful gift. Heather makes these beautiful cups. It gets the cup, and she fills them with candles and crystals and flowers. And no, I haven't burned it yet, Heather. I'm sorry, but it's so beautiful. But I will at some time. But I mean, with the beauty, the plants, the earth, this is who she is. So this is a
Yeah.
wonderful card
It's
for her to
beautiful.
get. And the next card is resilience. And they're again carrying all these plants, keeping them alive, keeping them growing. And I know that it's been rough. We've talked, you've been very open on your channel, we've talked backstage. So life has been up and down a lot. And this summer you've been very busy, and you took a break to be with family. So it's showing that you're being a mom, you're having your channel, you are I love the dog barks. They're agreeing with me. Your puppies are agreeing with me.
Oh
So
yeah.
it just shows that you are strong, you are resilient, and but try not to carry too much of the world on your shoulders, because I know how loving you are, how you want to be able to connect with people, help with people. Make sure that you give yourself enough time. And like I said, I know you did. You took a vacation. You weren't doing any lives. You were doing some of your small picket cards, the frequencies, because you were out there connecting with family, connecting with nature again. And that leads to, and this is perfect because we're going, I believe, into the hunter moon, into the fall. Or was that in the spring? But there's still, well, with the fall too, you're getting up the abundance, you got the harvest. So still it's showing abundance. And there you are. This is you in nature. The animals love you, the nature loves you,
Yeah.
the trees, everything that you do, the crystals that you wear. It's all in, I mean, these are all beautiful cards. They all have to do with gardens and
Yeah. You're
blossoming.
right.
So there's the growth. There's, you're you're putting your roots down, you're connecting to the people of the earth, and you are taking that energy and using it to grow the beautiful person that you are becoming. I mean, you already are, but as we get older, we still grow, we still blossom, we still have new things to learn. and trying to get the cards up in here to see. I don't know why I just didn't put it on the bigger screens, but I think you can still see. And here's an oh, okay, I didn't see this until just now. It's a nest, so you are birthing, you are growing, and this is just you. And there's a little clock hanging from her hand, and just knowing that, you know, again, living in the moment, not living in the past, not living in the future. Easier said than done. I get it. I deal with that daily. But learning how to be in the moment really helps with, you know, the anxiety of what's going on in the world, you know, the unrest, the political, the climate change a lot of people are going through. Um, there's just a lot of struggle going on. And you are, and again, that's that resilience that you have. And you're still continuing to grow, you're abundant, and just keep focusing on you on this full moon. Celebrate everything that you've come and done so far, everything that you have grown, not just in the physical, like your plants and your flowers that you're watering right now, but everything that's inside of you that you are nurturing and growing. Your family, you're nurturing and helping them grow and becoming better people. And you show by and you lead by what's the word? You lead by example, and that example is that beautiful light and love that you have for the earth.
Absolutely, yes. You
So
can feel it. Yeah.
yes, I mean when she does her readings and you just sit
Yes.
there. I mean her
It's
crystals glow
almost
on
like
her.
this,
Every time I
like,
see her, it's like, is that a new crystal? No, it's the same one, but it's glowing now. So
yes,
it's just
there's
like
just
when
a
she
like an
exactly.
esoteric like feeling around the whole thing. It's always so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, and
So,
she's going for her GD. Go for it, girl. Congratulations. And
yay.
I know math sucks. That was my thing. Yep. Harvest moon in
Yes.
Pisces.
Yes. There you
So there
go.
you go.
Absolutely. So, the first card I got was the Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords, which is things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So I don't, sounds like you might have just gotten back from a trip, but things are looking up. A difficult situation is starting to wrap up or has ended, most likely with this Pisces full moon. Um, the second card I pull is usually the challenge card or the obstacle, but in this case, it wasn't. It was just a normal type of card. So I got Unity, which is Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon, like
Hmm.
Metatron, was once a human. He is the only one, there's only the
Yeah.
two angels, Metatron and Sandalphon, that were human. So it says traditional viewpoints or methods,
Hmm.
spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like minded friends. So as you move forward, you know, things are looking up, difficult situation is ending, continue to seek out like-minded people and friends. And the outcome I got was justice, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, and stand up for your beliefs. So as you move forward, continue to move forward in how in your sense of justice, what you believe is right, the right direction. Even if somebody else is doing something obviously that isn't right, you just keep moving forward in your definition of justice and moving forward. I did pull two other cards. The Moonology card that I got for you is your dreams need a practical plan. So you might want to sit down and just put some practicality on some of those dreams. And that will start to happen as you continue to seek out mentors and stay with like minded people. And as you continue to really, this justice card almost is even like an internal thing as far as really, really going deep and saying, what is my truth, right? Every day, what is my truth today? And moving forward with that truth. That is the path you want to be on. And the last card that I got is Buddha, which is fulfilling
Ooh.
destiny, reflection, positive thinking, and understanding. You are fulfilling your destiny as you move forward, and your positive thinking, the understanding that you have of all these intuitive arts that you're taking part in. You will actually are not only fulfilling destiny, but you're fulfilling destiny in the role of like a Buddha. This sitting here is often how I see you in your videos, you're sitting on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I
That's
mean,
why
just
I was
like,
keeping quiet, but yes, she's always sitting there in
yes, and
and
she
yep,
looks
nature. Yep.
like she's really just very nice, almost like a, I don't want to say a religion thing, but a very highly spiritual, position. And you definitely have what it takes. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
absolutely.
what this month is. Yeah, I think for a lot of
Yes,
us, it's that going into the fall, and I'm already feeling that energy shift
yes,
and the relaxation and going, okay, we're moving into the cooler, darker time. Not darker, but
right.
it's going to be night longer, and
Yes,
I'm knowing I'm going to see those beautiful colors. I know the art's going to be really getting inspired with those colors, and it's just that deep going inside, and because at the same time too, with October for the early people, especially of Northern Europe, what we celebrate as Halloween was actually Samhain, and the early peoples understood that that was the very thinning of the veils where they could communicate with their
yeah,
loved ones and they would honor them and they would remember them. And so they would do the dish of food at the table in remembrance of them. And they would take it outside and leave it outside and give it to whatever animals and fae folk that lived in
yeah,
on their land to continue not just honoring their ancestors but the animal spirits, the fae spirits, to look over after their land to make sure that the land stays good for harvesting for next year so they could continue surviving and to living. It was all a very co-creational, very respectful. So this is
yeah,
that time now where those veils are thinning again and we're
yeah,
connecting with, okay, what are we going to do now? What can we start going and getting going for the winter, the dark months, so that we can manifest that and birth that in the spring.
yeah, absolutely. And you, oh, okay. Listen to myself. Yes. Aw, I'm
Oh,
happy to
I
hear
love how she
that.
says darlings.
Yes, darlings.
And Joe G popped in somewhere. Hello, Joe G.
Hi, Joe
Thank you
G.
for joining us. So I'm glad that reading was good for you. I'm glad. I mean, the first card, she's I'm planting, I'm watering my plants. I'm
Yeah.
picking up in the first. I
You
mean,
can't get any
you
more in
can't get
line
any
than
better
that,
than that.
right?
I'm sorry, Kala Lizzie. Like I said, yes, Mercury retrograde. That was an accident. Okay, so let me see who is next. We have, oh, perfect, Kala Lizzie. Because I blocked her, I can't find her original message. But
Oh yeah,
I
that's
think she
right.
just wanted a reading. So
Okay.
just Mercury
Yeah,
retrograde.
you
There we
did.
go. Ooh, and it's 8:40. So I have Kala Lizzie as our last read, and then a read for the collective, and then we'll end on that note, and we can all go and get ready for the full moon. Put out the crystals tonight, and
I have to get my crystals out there. You're
get to
right.
spring water to get. I don't know if the moon's going to hit my window tonight, but still.
That's the intention. You know?
Bye, Dina. Thank you again. Oh, you're making an oracle deck and stick. Oh,
Ooh.
yes, I'm doing that too. I have 4 sticker books, so have fun. Oh, and Mercury goes retrograde tonight, so it hasn't quite yet. So I'm just getting an early start, I guess, for Kala Lizzie. Why wait? Just jump in. Like when you get into a pool, it's like, oh, it's cold. Just jump in and get it over with. So there we go. Okay. Oh, we adore you and appreciate you too, sweetheart. Kristen R. How often do you ladies do lives? Not enough, apparently,
Yeah,
because I'm
you're right.
having a
You're
blast
right.
with
We have to
you.
do them more often. I absolutely
Yeah.
agree.
I like doing like the full and new moon reads with you. This is fun. So let me know if you would be up for like the new moon or the next full moon.
Absolutely.
That'd be
Every two, I mean,
wonderful.
we don't do it every 2 weeks, but yeah, new moon is
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. So we'll go. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, for Kyle Lizzie. Still shuffling. Oh, interesting. Ah, okay. So similar messages going around for everybody. And I'm feeling told. I'm still shuffling. Apparently, I'm not done yet. So if
I
you're
know.
ready,
I'm
go
like,
ahead.
this is very like, hmm. All right. Let's see. I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
Okay, I can get started here.
Go for it.
The first card that I got is the Ace of Water. It is falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, a new home. So, sounds like, well, sounds like Rutro. Sounds like a lot of things, actually.
Huh?
So I don't know. You'll know what it exactly is. I'm getting more on the intuition and the spiritual growth. It doesn't matter what it is. Take advantage of your enhanced intuition at this time, which is obviously too with the moon, and move
Yeah.
forward and really tap into what's going on in your head and in your heart and in your third eye and the whole thing and really tap into it. Um, yeah. So Ace of Water, new beginning, a new emotional beginning. All right. As an obstacle, I got Nine of Fire, which would be the Nine of Wands. And it says, don't give up, protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. So make sure that you are protecting things. That's protecting yourself, whatever you need to do with that. But don't forget to believe in yourself. That's a level of protection too. So as you move forward, make sure that you believe in yourself. And then the outcome card is the Chariot, which you will not believe is Archangel Metatron. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. You are going to move forward really with great speed and great power. And I think you're going to get some public recognition moving
Mm.
ahead. I don't know if I'm feeling the public recognition is coming up, but that you have taken these reins of this chariot by you're holding on and you're moving. When you're a charioteer, you've got these these horses, the sphinx, whatever, moving fast. You got to really be able to hold on to that and be muscles and know your direction. So move forward knowing your direction, and I'm getting a feeling some public recognition. I don't know why, but I got the first Moonology card, step out of your comfort zone. North Node, new things, step out of that comfort zone. And then I got, as the Golden Insights Oracle, Dragon, Chaos,
Ooh.
Untamed in Nature, Potent Powers, and Aggression. The one that is the potent powers. That's what stuck out to me. And just the fact of the dragon. You are ready to move forward. I don't want to say you're a fire breathing dragon, but I think there's a little fire in the belly there to move forward and to really just
She's
move.
all hot air.
Yeah, move forward. That's good to know. Okay. But to move forward, and you know what? As you move forward and you kind of breathe a little bit of fire, that's where this public recognition comes in. You kind of give it a little, give it a little bit of energy back there.
Yeah.
An important achievement. So self-discipline and willpower. It sounds like moving forward is you're ready to go and you are you're going to be quite successful at it, whatever you're looking at.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome. So
Yeah,
okay.
it was a really strong reading.
I pulled
I
from
could
three
like feel the
decks.
power.
Yeah. And the three decks kind of the cards went, well, these three are going to go to here. So first off, again, finding that peace, finding that balance. Because, well, she's in balance, and the next card is balance.
Yes.
So you may not be able to see quite everything just yet, but this is your intuition. There you are holding the full moon and also that
Yes.
can also represent your solar plexus chakra, your seat of power. You are balanced. You are holding that power in your hands. You are in full balance, and not to be afraid of the darkness, because we grow, we learn, and then because without the darkness, we don't have the light. They balance each other, they give each other life. And so, moving in from this darkness, I'm going to grab these two cards, um, because that darkness might bring up some things for you. So if you need, you're going to be, from full moon into the new moon, going to be releasing a lot of things, that no longer serve you. Let go of the hurt. Don't be afraid to cry. Crying is not a form of weakness at all, as society likes people to believe. Crying is not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength, and it's a sign of healing, and it's that cleansing. Um, because you are going through some, there's like the dark side of the universe, the darkness. So some of that darkness is a lesson. It might be painful, but but look under here, you are protected. That darkness is mirrored by love from the archangels for protection. So immediately when I saw that, I thought of Michael, Metatron.
Yes.
Those strong angels there are backing you. They're
Yes.
there to protect you. And then back to this deck, realization, just like with Amy's card, you're going through maybe some of the darkness, that's that dark night of the soul. But you're right there in the keyhole. And there's the balance again. You have the light and the dark. And because of them both being balanced, there's the key. The door opens up, it reveals to you what it is that you needed to learn, to go through this. And know that, like we said with your recognition, I got find your soul family, circle of
Wow.
life. So people are going to be seeing this. They're going to be recognizing you. They're going to be calling you out on how strong you are. They're going to see how strong, your light is. You're going to, it's basically, again, leading, by example. And
Mm-hmm.
that energy that you put out, showing the ability of being able to cry, to let go, to be vulnerable, to be unafraid of saying, I'm not afraid of the dark. This is what I've learned. This is what it's taught me. This is how I've healed. And what goes with this, and with the whole, and I'm using this as the final for the whole reading. And remember, love is the key. Love what you have in your life right now. So no matter the chaos that's going on, um, some of the darkness that you've been through, just know that peace is at hand. You are grounded. You are balanced. You're holding that power in your hand, that self power, and you're the darkness. You know the power and the healing that's in that, and a little bunny rabbit too. Sitting
Oh.
there. It's not afraid. It's in that light. And
Yes.
rabbits in some decks are for animals, represent a gentleness.
Yes.
They have to be very acute, very aware, because they are an animal of prey, but at the same time, they've taken and they've learned how to, um, know how to listen, know when it's safe to, not to be afraid of the shadow, to come out into the light, and to still hold that gentleness that's within them. So, you're protected, girl.
Yeah.
You've got this. You're going to be okay.
Yes.
And expansion. Aw, bunny magic. Yes, they are, and expansion.
Yep.
So people might think, oh, little rabbits, but like in tradition, spring rabbits represent fertility, of course, but they are, abundance, prosperity. They're life giving,
And
but they're
they're
also
cute.
kind and gentle, huh? And they're
And they're
cute.
cute.
And if they're chocolate, I like to bite their ears like when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Yes, Tracy, they do
They do
multiply.
multiply.
That's why they were a symbol in for the pagan, communities growing up in Europe, and that's why they were honored with the goddess. Where do you people think bunnies came from for Easter? The eggs, the bunnies. It's it's the
Yeah.
rebirth of spring. It's coming back to
Yes.
life. So the rabbits represented that gentleness, that fertility. The light, the ground's coming to life again. It's going to be able to sustain your village, your community. To be able to start planting and harvesting. So it's all interconnected. It's all tied in.
It is. Absolutely.
So you're welcome, sweetheart.
Aw.
Chocolate, yeah. I had chocolate custard ice cream with hot fudge yesterday, so I had my douse of chocolate. I had a good cry yesterday. And
Wait, a good cry and chocolate?
oh yeah, chocolate
What a good
afterwards.
day.
Yeah. Once a week, I see my counselor. We get stuff out. I work through. That's why
Yeah,
it's like you don't be afraid to cry. That's how you
absolutely.
release
You get
that
those toxins out of your
and
body, you
body,
release
and
it.
then afterwards, it's like
It's like,
you know,
ah, isn't it just
and
so
like Harry
refreshing
Potter.
afterwards?
Remember Harry Potter? Professor Lupin always gave Harry a piece of chocolate. Here, it'll make you feel better. Just one little piece of
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah,
Chocolate is magic.
absolutely
Chocolate
it
is like
is.
food of the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yes. Most definitely. Oh, I have.
Oh,
Ooh, you've got blueberry plants. Oh,
you
yum.
will be gardening. 90. Wow.
Ooh, who said slumber party? Oh, I miss slumber parties. Those were fun as kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those were great.
All right. Well, by the time we're done with the collective, it'll
Oh, that's
be
right.
perfect time to. So let's see. What do I want to?
Yeah,
Here, let's use these cards. They're
I
done.
might just.
At least that's the one thing, good thing about having so many cards. There have been live readings that I've done where I have not used the deck more than once
Oh, nice.
because everybody's energy or question is so different. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no, I'm going to this for this question. So even though I have more than I typically use, there are readings what I've done where I've needed those. You know.
I Yes, I totally agree.
Okay, card for the collective.
Oh, okay. Can I
Go
go
for it.
first?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
I picked a new deck as you were talking. Angels of Atlantis. And
Ooh.
yes, and you're not gonna believe the card I got. Metatron Miracles. This is like
No wonder
so
she's like, I
cool.
want to go
I know, like I want to go
first. It's like,
first. So I'm not. So it just said, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it says Metatron wishes you to know that, like the miracles of newborn life, you are bringing your creative force to the fore. Oh, do anticipate a miracle occurring. For when we open ourselves to miracles, we relinquish our fear to God, to Metatron, who stands on the right hand of the divine. Therefore, open your mind to the possibility of any challenge you may have being lifted from your shoulders. And when you have let go, the source will gift you with unexpected joy. Let go of the fear, source will take it, have fun, and create miracles. We are on the cutting edge. Do you realize now I have to say this, and I'm being guided to say this. We
I love I,
are
I
on
love
the
the
cutting
energy.
edge of reality. Human beings, we
Mm-hmm.
we can only grow. We are happiest when we are creating. Okay, that. Oh yes, thank you, Joji. So we are on the tip of the arrow. That's what we are as human beings. The
Mm-hmm.
tip of the arrow of creation. That's exactly what we're doing. That's when we're happiest. So create, and you create miracles. And I hope that resonates with people, with everybody. It resonated with me.
And you said just let go. There it is. Just let go. Just go with the flow. Let go of
Absolutely,
everything. There's
absolutely.
the life. There's the full moon, and just
Oh my gosh, what
dropping
a
and letting go.
great card.
And it says what is has no bearing on what will be. What I love about these cards is they give you a question for you to jot down and contemplate. So if anyone journals
Nice.
or they have the questions on there for you to contemplate on. What does your ideal life look and feel like? Just, letting go.
Create
Hmm.
and create miracles. That's what
Yeah.
we are supposed to be
Let
happy
go
and
of
we're
no
supposed to
longer
have
serves
joy.
you. Yep.
Absolutely. I love it.
Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect way
What
to
a
end.
nice ending.
Ooh, we're on fire. I actually thought of that song from the 70s, 80s. I used to skate to. I can't remember who it was, but it goes, fire. So anyway.
Do.
Yeah. Hmm.
I remember.
So yeah, everything flows together from the readings for the collective. It's
Yes,
perfect. I'm glad
that's true.
everybody enjoyed it.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So, alrighty, thank you everybody, and thank you for joining Avana and I tonight. I had a blast,
So did
and
I.
love the cards, love the message. I love my subscribers, chat, everything. It was wonderful,
Absolutely.
and I even survived, blocking one of my subscribers. Heather came to my rescue, so thank you, Heather. And so, what a way to celebrate Mercury retrograde. Just block one of my subscribers. It'll be fun. I'll be hearing this for a long time now, Ivana. You know that. Every now and then,
It
colleagues
was
and I
kind of a
chat on another,
classic.
and she'll pop in. Hey, remember the time when you? Yes, I did. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Hilda. And
Yes.
everybody have a blessed evening and a good weekend.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And if you're in California, stay cool. Rain is
Yes.
coming, from what I hear. So yes.
Yes, I hope so.
Alrighty. And Mozzie says goodbye too. He just came up here and sneezed, so he says he's saying goodbye. Alrighty, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.